Hello, Autograph Fisherman here, and I am very happy about today's profile video, because it is Joe Carter, outfielder slash first baseman. Born March 7th, 1960. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, U.S. Batted right. Threw right. MLB debut. July 30th, 1983. For the Chicago Cubs. Last MLB appearance. September 28th, 1998. For the San Francisco Giants. MLB statistics. Batting average .259. Hits 2,184. Home runs 396. Runs batted in 1,445. Teams. Chicago Cubs, 1983. Cleveland Indians, 1984 to 1989. San Diego Padres, 1990. Toronto Blue Jays, 1991 to 1997. Baltimore Orioles, 1998. San Francisco Giants, 1998. Career highlights and awards. 5 times All-Star, 1991 to 1994, 1996. 2 times World Series champion, 1992, 1993. 2 times Silver Slugger Award, 1991, 1992. AL RBI leader, 1986. Toronto Blue Jays level of excellence. Member of the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame. Induction 2003. Joseph Chris Carter, born March 7, 1960, is an American former professional baseball player. He played in Major League Baseball as an outfielder and first baseman for the Chicago Cubs, Cleveland Indians, San Diego Padres, Toronto Blue Jays, Baltimore Orioles, and San Francisco Giants. Carter hit a walk-off home run to win the 1993 World Series for the Blue Jays, their second consecutive championship. Carter is one of only 2 players to end a World Series with a home run, the other being Bill Mazeroski. College career. Joe Carter attended Wichita State University, leaving after his junior year. He was named the Sporting News magazine's College Player of the Year in 1981. Professional career. Draft in minor leagues. In the 1981 MLB draft, the Chicago Cubs chose him with the 2nd overall pick. He began to blossom in the minor leagues in 1982, batting .319 with 25 home runs and 98 RBIs in 110 games for the Midland Cubs of the AA Texas League. He was promoted to the AAA Iowa Cubs in 1983, where he batted .307 with 22 home runs and 83 RBIs in 124 games. Chicago Cubs, 1983. Carter reached the majors in 1983 with the Cubs. He hit .176 in 23 games and began the 1984 season back in Iowa. Cleveland Indians, 1984 to 1989. On June 13, 1984, Carter was traded with 3 other players to the Cleveland Indians for Rick Sutcliffe, George Frazier, and Ron Hassey. Carter enjoyed a breakout season with the Indians in 1986, when he led the major leagues with 121 runs batted in and recorded career highs of 200 base hits, 341 total bases, and 108 runs scored. In Cleveland, Carter established himself as a prolific power hitter, hitting as many as 35 home runs in a season and regularly driving in 100 or more runs. He usually hit nearly as many doubles as he did homers, and would get respectable numbers of triples in many years too. He was also a very good base runner, stealing 20 to 30 bases a year with a high rate of success. In 1987, Carter became a member of the single-season 30-30 club for home runs/stolen bases. San Diego Padres, 1990. After a strong 1989 season, Carter was traded by Cleveland to the San Diego Padres for prospects Sandy Alomar Jr., Carlos Berga, and Chris James. Although he continued to drive in runs, he also continued to have defensive problems. The Padres subsequently dealt him to the Toronto Blue Jays along with Roberto Alomar in exchange for star players Fred McGriff and Tony Fernandez. Toronto Blue Jays, 1991 to 1997. Carter's overall game improved dramatically in 1991 as he helped the Toronto Blue Jays win the division title and hit the game-winning single that clinched the AL East Championship. He also emerged for the first time as a team leader. In 1992, He helped the Jays win their first World Series championship, the first ever won by a Canadian-based team. Carter hit 2 home runs and recorded the final out of the series, taking a throw to first base from reliever Mike Timlin to nab Otis Nixon of the Atlanta Braves, who bunted. This was the first time a World Series ended on a bunt. Carter and Edwin Encarnacion are the only 2 Blue Jays to hit 2 home runs in 1 inning, with Carter's coming against the Baltimore Orioles in 1993 and Encarnacion's against the Houston Astros in 2013. 1993 World Series. Fireworks in Skydome after Carter's World Series winning home run. In 1993, the Blue Jays reached the World Series again, facing the Philadelphia Phillies. In Game 6, with the Blue Jays leading 3-2, Carter came to bat with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning with the Blue Jays trailing 6-5 and Rickey Henderson and Paul Molitor on base. On a 2-2 count, Carter hit a 3-run walk-off home run off Phillies pitcher Mitch Williams, against whom he had previously been 0-4 in his career, to win the World Series. Only the second time a series has ended with a home run, the other being in 1960, when Bill Mazeroski did it for the Pittsburgh Pirates against the New York Yankees. And the only time the home run has been hit by a player whose team was trailing in the bottom of the 9th inning in a potential championship-clinching game. Upon hitting the home run, Carter jumped up and down many times, most notably while rounding first base, where his helmet came off. Tom Cheek, the Blue Jays radio broadcaster, called the play, "Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life." 1994 to 1997. Carter continued to play for the Blue Jays until 1997 and led the Blue Jays in home runs and RBIs in 1994 and 1995. When he represented the Blue Jays at the 1996 All-Star Game, he received boos for his home run that won the Blue Jays the 1993 World Series, as the game took place at Veterans Stadium, then the home of the Philadelphia Phillies. During the 1997 season, he snuck an unlicensed Maplewood baseball bat manufactured by Sam Bat into a game. Baltimore Orioles and San Francisco Giants, 1998. Carter with the Baltimore Orioles in spring training, 1998. He became a free agent in 1998 and briefly played for the Baltimore Orioles and San Francisco Giants before retiring. Carter ended his career by popping out to end the game in a 1-game playoff against the Chicago Cubs. Career statistics. Carter was named to 5 All-Star teams. In his career, he hit 396 home runs and drove in 1445 runs. He drove in 100 runs in a season 10 times, including the 1994 year, which was cut short due to the strike that occurred 115 games into the year. He was the first player to record 100 RBI for 3 different teams in 3 consecutive seasons. In 1993, while a Toronto Blue Jay, Carter set an American League record when he hit 3 home runs in a game for the 5th time in his career. The record was tied 10 years later by Blue Jay Carlos Delgado. Carter was also involved in the final plays of 4 games in which the Blue Jays clinched a championship, won the game-winning single to drive home Roberto Alomar, and clinched the 1991 American League East Division Championship. 2. Catching the final out at first base in the 1992 World Series. 3. Catching the final out on a fly ball to right field in the 1993 American League Championship Series. And 4. The walk-off home run in Game 6 of the 1993 World Series. Post-retirement. From 1999 to 2000, Carter served as a color commentator for the Toronto Blue Jays on CTV Sportsnet, leaving to work for the Chicago Cubs. From 2001 to 2002, Carter served as the color commentator, alongside play-by-play man Chip Caray, for the Chicago Cubs on WGN-TV. Carter was replaced by the man whom Carter himself replaced, Steve Stone. Carter became eligible for the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2004. However, he received 19 votes, representing 3.8% of the vote, and was dropped from future ballots. Carter is currently eligible for induction via the Today's Game Era Committee. Carter was inducted into the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame in 2003. In September 2006, Carter was awarded the Major League Baseball Hometown Heroes Award as the former or current player who best represents the legacy of his franchise's history, as voted by fans. In 2008, Carter appeared on an episode of Pros vs. Joes. On August 7, 2009, Carter, along with many of his 1992 and 1993 Toronto Blue Jay World Series alumni teammates, attended a reunion/pre-game ceremony at the Skydome. The event was organized by Carter himself and included 36 players, coaches, and athletic trainers from the Blue Jays' 1992 and 1993 World Series rosters. On May 19, 2012, the Cleveland Indians honored Carter with a bobblehead giveaway bearing his likeness during their game against the Miami Marlins. Carter attended and signed autographs, as well as throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. On July 14, 2015, in a pre-game ceremony before the 2015 All-Star Game, it was announced that Carter was elected by fans as a Franchise 4 member of the Toronto Blue Jays, as one of the 4 most valuable players in franchise history. Charity involvement. Carter co-chairs the annual Joe Carter Classic, a celebrity golf tournament in the Toronto area founded in 2010 to benefit the Children's Aid Foundation. The tournament has raised over $2.5 million for the foundation. Previous events have featured celebrities including Charles Barkley, Ray Bork, and Gordie Howe. In popular culture, in the 1999 Canadian hip-hop single, Let's Ride by Choclair, one of the verses cites Carter's walk-off home run in the 1993 World Series. It was the 9th inning. With 2 outs, I hit the home run to left field like Carter did to Philly. In actuality, there was only 1 out when Carter hit his home run. In the 1999 film Big Daddy, a plot twist at the end of the film revealed by Jon Stewart's character, Kevin Garrity, is that he fathered a child conceived in Toronto as a byproduct of celebrating Carter's walk-off home run to win the 1993 World Series, and later meeting a woman that same night while inebriated. In July 2015, Carter's walk-off home run celebration was used as the track artwork for the song Back to Back, released by Toronto native Drake. Awards and honors. 5 times All-Star, 1991, 1992, 1993, 1994, 1996. 2-time Silver Slugger Award winner, 1991, 1992. Toronto Blue Jays Level of Excellence. In 1988, Carter was inducted into the Wichita State University Pizza Hut Shocker Hall of Fame. In 1999, Carter was inducted into the Missouri Valley Conference Hall of Fame. In 2003, Carter was inducted into the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame. In 2004, Carter was inducted into the Ontario Sports Hall of Fame. In 2008, Carter was inducted into the Kansas Baseball Hall of Fame. Well, that is another player profile. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any thoughts about Joe Carter, let me know in the comments. I would like to read them. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, until next time, keep on collecting. Bye.